right, so speaking of length, bulbs are one of these things that you plant now and then in the spring they bloom, right?
And they hardly ever fail unless something eats them.
Yeesh.
Or if they're in horrible soil, like if you have clay soil and you plant bulbs, they'll drown in our rainy winters.
Oh,
you
so
know,
it has to be the right mix of things.
Right. So if you have good soil, you could plant bulbs outside. And you know, just a tip I like giving about tulips, if you plant these outside, plant them 12 inches deep if you have good soil.
Wow, that's deep.
It is deep. And the directions say only about, 6 inches deep at the most.
Okay.
But they do better, they come back more. Otherwise, a lot of people get frustrated beyond Tweedle by these things. So now, I like planting them in a container. Anybody that's got, any kind of patio or even if you live in a condo, if you've got one outside place, you can put them.
Yeah.
But they have to be outside all winter.
Okay, so they cannot come inside.
No.
They need to be exposed. That's interesting.
It takes cold weather. Now, I did us both a favor.
Yeah.
I already mixed this fertilizer,
You mixed
organic bulb food
by
in there.
yourself. That's
because
wonderful.
otherwise you and I would be wearing old bulb food for the rest of the day. This
No.
stuff could be stinky.
Ew. All right, so have a container. That's key to keep it healthy and from being eaten.
Yep.
Special fertilizer.
Yep.
So let's plant them. What is the best time to plant them? Is it right now,
Right
this moment?
now. You can do it all the way up to Christmas, but bulbs have to be outside at least 8 to 12. Some need 16 weeks of cold. So if you wait too long, you know what happens? People find these in the garage. They never planted them.
Yeah.
Then they try to plant them and they don't come up, or if they do, they don't look good.
Yeah.
So one thing I did here, I like tulips the best.
I do too. They're beautiful when they
And
bloom.
look at the color of those
That's
guys.
gorgeous. That's
And then
going to be beautiful.
I tried to find some that I thought would look really cool with them.
Yeah.
And these bloom at the same time.
Oh my gosh, Cisco, it's like you knew what I was wearing today, red and
How
purple.
about that? It's a perfect match. I can't believe it. There we go.
Genius.
So, and now there's just a couple of tricks. So the fertilizer's already in there. Now when you put bulbs in,
Yeah.
there's always kind of a flat side. You want that aiming out. Here, I'll
Flat
hand them
side.
you. You can cram them in there. The only thing is we want to rotate between
Just like this? Flat-
colors. Let's see. Yeah, you got that perfect.
Now do I just put it all the way in there or?
Just like that.
Okay.
Yep. They got to have
Flat side
3
out.
inches below them
Okay. Oh.
for the roots to grow. So this is kind of a small pot, I admit it.
Am I putting them too far apart?
Well, we'll see. We can move them if we think so.
How do you, once you get them, say you live in an area where deer, which is kind of everywhere these days, how do you keep deer out?
Well, what you could do, if you're, now a lot of people just do one of these and put it to the side till spring when they bloom. Then you can use something like this.
Oh,
These
that's
things,
what this is
I
for.
use these things to stake my plants. But if you put that on there, the deer aren't going to get that.
Genius. That is genius.
But
Okay.
Otherwise, what you could do, here you go, you could plant them. You could plant them right by your front door, because I'm going to show you a little trick at the end here that'll make it look cool here.
Okay.
All right, we can just keep cramming those in them.
I really hope I haven't
I'm not
messed up.
messing up the color combination
was like, okay,
here.
when these bloom and they're not the right color combo, don't blame me. Actually,
right,
you
here
can
you
blame
go.
me. You can come talk to me about it.
If there's room, you could stick one there. Might as well,
Okay.
well,
All right.
then one right there.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, here you go. All right, I
Are
think,
you
how
this
about one
bossy
there?
with Mary? Okay.
Well, she might say so, but okay, I think we got that pretty good now.
All right.
Let's do this quick.
Okay.
Just, we cram that on there. I'm going to throw some gloves on.
Okay.
And
Did I get enough?
you might want more, but I'll spread it out if you just cram it on there. Perfect. There
All
we
right.
go.
So, we only got about a minute left, so
all right.
we just put these
we're
on
just
top?
yeah, now this is if you're gonna put it by the front door, because squirrels aren't dumb enough to come right up to your front door.
That's true.
And I put a dog dish out there so they can see it. You know, you're
They're
gonna get
smart
it.
enough to know a dog dish.
So you cram these guys in
Okay.
and put it by the front door, and look at how beautiful this will be. And pansies bloom all winter long.
Do they really?
They're one of the few, I've seen them freeze flat to the ground before. And then what they do is as soon as we get nice weather, whoop, up they pop again. So
I love it. I love it. All right.
Okay.
We're about out of time, but I have a quick question to ask you that a lot of people want to know. Can you reuse bulbs you planted?
Well, tulips are tough, but if in the spring, if you wait till they die back all the way,
Yeah.
so you'll just take this, put it out of the way once they're done blooming.
Yeah.
You could dig those up and you could store them in your garage in paper bags.
Okay.
Plant them out next fall, and they'll probably come back at least 1 year.
That's good to know. Cisco, thank you so much for this, for your marriage advice, for all the advice.